Breakfast, lunch, breakfast in evening.
Another question is, do you often talk with passengers when you're driving?
Yes, I always. I want to talk to them where they are coming from, just the general one, how was their flight, and mostly passengers are very talkative, and if from that conversation, if they feel like to talk to me, I will be talking to them. If they're not, say, alright, I will ask their address, questions, address, and just ask which way they want to go, and that is it.
Do you ever have an experience like passenger didn't pay you and run away?
It's happened a lot.
Happened a lot? Wow.
Yeah. They just talk to you very nicely. The first word they're gonna say, we never had such a good driver like you for last so many years. So you are so good drivers, you are so kind, you drive so smoothly, and we are feeling so safe by sitting in your car. And later on they say, alright, can you please just stop here? If they just stop near the park or into the dead-end street, and then they're gonna run away, and you are just looking where they're going.
Will you talk differently depends on different fares, like they are from different country, different culture background?
Look, this is my job, and I would take this as my job, treat them as because of their race. Now, I treat them as my passengers, and every passenger is the same.
Yeah.
And it could be anything, politics, sports, depends. If you're picking up a passenger from a sports ground, we talk sports, whatever, taxi driver can talk anything.
Any taboo topic or inappropriate topic, you will never talk with your passengers.
It's attitude, I mean, people's attitude. We try not to talk inappropriate things which can lead us into trouble. Especially a lot of women can claim sexual harassment or anything, so you try to stay away from that.
Yeah, it was June 2013.
2013.
Yep.
Yeah, may I please know when you started to be a taxi driver in Sydney?
No, I came here as soon as I finished my master's in accounting here.
Oh, master
Yeah.
planning. Oh.
So after finished my study last year, I haven't found any job yet, so I have to drive taxi. Maybe people didn't want to talk with you.
Yeah.
They finished their work, they're tired.
Yeah.
So,
Any taboo topics or inappropriate topics that you will never talk with them?
mostly people talk about the Islam. They have a negative thinking about Islam. So normally I don't discuss my religion with them, because they never know the true picture.
When you are driving?
Oh, I'm very talkative.
Very talkative. That's good. So what are the most frequent topics that you've discussed with passengers?
Sometimes with something to do with the politics, sports. Sometimes people to share their, their kind of relationship story.
Or like, is there any passenger do not pay you money and just run away?
Yes, it used to be very normal.
Very normal.
Yeah, very normal. So whenever they don't pay me and they run away, so they say, all right, I don't think so. $20 or $30 make you rich, and I think they won't be poor either. So it's all right. It's not a big deal.
Will you talk differently to people from different culture background?
Not really. I think if someone is if someone is a visitor, you tend to ask different questions to different sort of people, right?
Yeah.
So your conversation is very depending upon. So less to do with the culture and more to do basically their status in the country because they are visitors.
Any taboo topics or inappropriate topics that you seldom or never talk with passengers?
Well, it's very personal thing. Unless they want to say something, you don't say, ask them, are you single or not, you know? You don't want to say them all these things. So religious oriented is basically tend not to have, the reason is very simple. People are very sensitive about these topics, so making sure that, you know, you're not hurting anyone during 10 to 15 minutes journey. You know?
The most frequent topics you've discussed with them?
It actually depends if the customer is willing to talk as well, or if he's feeling tired, or now like most of the times it's all about what do they do, what's their daily routine, where they off to, what's their next plan. So
Like anyone didn't pay you money in the wrong way?
that has been happening a lot. Like it happened to me like 3 times.
So will you like talk differently towards different passengers based on?
That really happens, like because I need to make sure that they are feeling comfortable in the car, and you know, I don't want to make anyone feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah, true.
Definitely.
So any specific example? Or you?
Depends actually. Like I've been in taxi with a lot of customers who have, if they are Irish, I'll talk about what do they do, how's everything going on in Ireland.
Valenter's interview of taxi drivers in Norway in 2008 shows that immigrant drivers feel lonelier and can hardly be integrated in the host country in taxi industry. However, conversation can be a bridge. There are 3 kinds of talk with passengers for protecting taxi drivers safe in transit, concluded by Facy in 2010. First, evaluative talk. No matter from facial expression of passengers, gut feelings, general demeanor, or the pickup location, destination, baggages, or from the attitudes, moods, clothes, specific countries. Taxi drivers can always infer certain information of the passengers. Second, placative talk. The normal talks, like daily routine, can create trust between taxi drivers and passengers. The trust is a kind of connection, which makes taxi drivers can not only talk with the passengers, but also feel with them. Third, entertainment talk. To make a pleasant ride and economic benefits. Gambetta and Hamill said, most drivers avoid discussing relations and football. That's true. From our interviews, the frequent topics are politics, sports, occupation, music, games, and weather. And the taboo topics are mostly religion. However, every taxi driver has different answers. The longer they drive, the more situations they will meet. For urban taxi drivers, the sense of self-protection matters. 48% of drivers reported being physically assaulted, confronted with a weapon, or robbed. Usually, what they meet is smaller evil, like leaving without paying. To summarize, following the categorization of Facy, we found the Pakistani taxi drivers in Sydney deal with the cross-cultural communication with passengers with different communication techniques. However, the complexity of the interview results indicates the complexity of the kind of communication. As long as Sydney raises its international reputation and allows more mobilization of individuals, taxi drivers are bound to face more challenges and opportunities in identifying the proper topics and improving the conversation techniques. Sydney embraces cultural diversity. Being a part of the community takes time. Why not try from having a good conversation with your passenger first?